I don't believe in love.
So no magic, no fate, no meant to be. What if I told you I could get you to fall in love with me? Just give me a day.
An hour.
What are your key ingredients to falling in love? My ingredients are friendship, chemistry, the X factor.
What's the X factor?
Don't worry, we've got it.
Ooh, the X Factor, I think it's confidence, and it is all over that. The Sun is also a star, hits theaters May 17th. Charles Melton joins us now. Thank you so much for being here, man.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So this film is very exciting. So excited about it. But first, okay, before we get into that, I want to talk about this. You've been making a lot of buzz recently because people found out that you write your girlfriend, Camila Mendes, love letters. Swoon.
You write love letters?
Yeah.
I mean,
what do they look like?
I mean, well, you know, for people who don't know, letters are on a piece of paper. And then you have pencil and pen. And, you know, it's just like the simple things. You can just say something like, I'm thinking about you. I like to put, you know, the date, the time. And there's just something special about writing it, folding it up, putting it into the envelope, and finding a stamp.
It's a thoughtful thing, right?
Is. Yes.
It's like a next level.
It requires work.
It requires work.
And then, yeah.
You seem like the kind of guy who really, you are thoughtful about things like that. What's an ideal date night look like when you're planning it?
An ideal date night? Just Postmates and watching TV or going to the movies. I love going to the movies, but I prefer going to the movies alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because you want to focus.
I just want to focus. I just want to, you know, have my popcorn and my drink, and the movie doesn't have to be good. It's so as long as I got a popcorn and a drink, I can watch it.
That makes sense.
Camila posted on Instagram, she talked about your film. She's so excited about it.
Oh, yes.
And she also said this really touching thing about when she fell in love with you. It's so great to see you guys show that support. Do you remember the moment you fell in love with her?
I mean, you know, those moments are kind of personal, but I think you falling in love, it happens multiple times with your partner. You know, it's not just you fall in love once and then you're in love for the rest of your life. I feel like it requires work. And so as long as you're open to falling in love and keeping your heart open and not so much judging yourself in the way that you love, that you'll constantly fall in love with someone every day.
That little clip had that whole idea of the X factor. What was the X factor for you when it came to her? Like the thing?
You can't measure it or explain it, but I'll tell you what, I'll tell you who I fell in love with on Monday. My mom, she came to the premiere, and just her getting ready and just seeing her, like, I fell in love with her so many times. I was like, oh, holy this is my mom. Like, I love you, Mom. Like, wow.
She's so proud of you, yeah.
So proud.
Yeah,
so
what was
proud.
her reaction seeing it?
Well, I was sitting down next to her in the premiere. I was sitting down in the middle, prime seats, and I was just looking at my mom, and she's just, I can't explain the look, but it was very, very proud, you know? Like, I don't know.
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
When it comes to the movie, what are you hoping that audiences take away?
Well, there's so many timely themes that this film touches on. I just hope that people can people can see that it's an aspirational love story, and they can take away, maybe walk out of the room or the theater when they see the film feeling a little sense of just belonging and a sense of hope and love and faith.
Yeah, Yara Shahidi, got to work with her.
Yeah.
You said in other interviews that you were maybe a little intimidated to meet her initially.
Yeah, I mean,
Was that the...
Not so much intimidated, but like excited, nervous, you know, because when I did my research, I knew she was on Blackish and Grownish, and I happened to see this YouTube clip of Oprah Winfrey saying she is, you know, she's got her vote. Like, Yara Shahidi has Oprah Winfrey's vote to be president, and I was like, oh my gosh, like Oprah Winfrey's like on your team.
With that kind of endorsement, it's like you got to put on a good first impression, the whole thing. Do you remember the first interaction with her and what you guys talked about?
Yeah, we had our chemistry read, and we had two scenes. One scene is, you know, very light, a lot of riffing, and the other scene was very dramatic, and one of the most dramatic scenes in the film. And in between those scenes, we shared a Pop-Tart together.
What flavor?
Yeah, that's raspberry. It was delicious.
How about strawberry? That's my flavor.
You guys shot this in New York?
We did.
What's your favorite thing about shooting in New York?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it's so lively and it's so beautiful, such a romantic city. The funny thing about filming in New York is when we're filming on these streets, we didn't film in any sets. So when we we were walking down the street and people are coming in and out, and you know, Yara and I were in the scene, the cameras are rolling, and people are like, hey, what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? Like, we're filming a movie, man. Like, really? When? Camera's on right now.
You're in it right now.
It's a lot more casual than LA, right?
Oh, super casual. I mean, like New Yorkers, one thing I love about New Yorkers is like you can't tell them what to do. Like they got a place to be, they're gonna get to that place. It doesn't matter if like you're filming a movie or whatnot, like they got a place to believe. So, or a place, you know, a place to be.
Right, yeah.
But it's very, I love that decisiveness.
And what did you guys do when you weren't filming? I mean, there's obviously so much to do. You're in different locations throughout the city,
Yeah.
you're checking out the hot spots, little nightlife, stuff like that?
Yeah, so it was good. I had, my mom came for a couple of weeks, and she ended up being in the movie, in the film.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so there's a scene with Daniel Bay and Omar, who's played by Cameron Johnson, and my mom is the commuter sitting in front of me in this scene, and she gets frustrated. All the commuters get frustrated, and she has her Fitbit watch on, and she looks at her Fitbit watch, and she's just like, like frustrated. So seeing her watch herself like at the premiere was pretty funny. All my sisters like giggling and laughing, and now she's packing up her bags right now to move out to Los Angeles.
She's starting a career. Now it becomes more clear why she was so excited for that premiere. She thought it was about you. She's like, I'm ready for my moment on the train. Also doing Bad Boys for Life.
Yeah.
Really great stuff. Congrats on that. Were you into this franchise before, and what was the vibe for you when you knew you got the role and you're going to be a part of it?
Are you kidding me? I was so excited when I found out that I was going to be a part of this franchise, and I grew up with, you know, Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, and the Bad Boys franchise is amazing. So when I found out, I was very excited about it, and just working with Will, Martin, Alexander Ludwig.
This picture, I mean, it's like an incredible
Yeah.
cast.
Had, Vanessa Hudgens, she was just here.
Oh.
So she said you unfortunately had to miss this epic hiking trip that she had.
I did.
It sounds like the cast had a lot of fun. What was your favorite
Still regret
behind-the-scenes moment working?
Favorite behind-the-scenes moment. Let me think about this. There were a lot of good moments. I mean, so we have a guy who is training us and giving us a diet plan or whatnot, and Alexander Ludwig was pretty much the only one who was following it to a T. But when it came to set and, you know, working long hours, he would sneak M&Ms.
Oh, that was his gift.
Candies, and like I would get like videos and everything. But there was one moment where I happened to take out my video, and I literally like turned my head, turned back, and there's an apple in his hand because he knew I was filming.
Like
sticking with
Yeah.
like threw away that M&M.
Yeah.
Very
it.
healthy.
They killed the evidence.
You slide up.
Of course, Will Smith, legendary career.
Yeah.
Biggest takeaway working with him?
I mean, just the example that he sets, like the precedent he sets, and just how like he is who he is. Like he is what you see like on the social media. He's so full of life and just so positive and just so great. And one thing he told me was, you know, if you believe in it, do it. I kind of felt like it was a pursuit of happiness. Like,
He's that kind of guy, right?
He
Like,
is.
Anytime I've interviewed him, it's been this. It's like little nuggets of just like, all right, print it. Let me put that on my inspirational posts or whatever. You're also on Riverdale. People have heard of this
Yeah,
show, trying to get off the ground.
Yeah.
You and the cast at the Met Gala recently, right?
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. How was that experience? What was the event like for you?
You look great.
Thank you. It was great. It was great seeing Cole and Lily and Madeline. Yep, there she is.
Look at that. I mean, that was like the little like fairy.
Yeah, she was like a fairy.
Yeah.
A fairy, a beautiful fairy.
What would you call your inspiration?
My inspiration?
Yeah, your suit.
Well, I was wearing C's Marjan, and like, you know, looking at a couple of the photos, it looks like a constellation, which is kind of timely with the film.
Super sharp.
Yeah, very sharp. And I don't know if you can see, you guys didn't get the photo, but Katy Perry is dressed up as a chandelier.
Yeah,
right.
Like we stepped onto the carpet and they were taking pictures, and then Katy Perry walks out and it's like,
You're like, okay, bye.
Crazy.
All right, time for a game. Ready?
Okay.
It's the People Now Wheel.
Ba-ba-ba.
Ready?
Here we
Now,
go.
All you gotta do, you gotta spin it, and based on where it lands, we're gonna ask you a question about whatever category it is. We
Okay.
have love, co-stars, easy, and party questions.
Ready for this?
Okay.
Spin away.
So take it away. All right,
Boom,
co-stars.
co-stars. You got it. Funniest co-star on Riverdale.
KJ.
Oh yeah, why? What's the?
He's just funny. He's a goofball, and I'm a goofball. He just looking at his face makes me laugh. He doesn't have to say anything.
He just naturally presents that way. Yeah. That's really funny.
All right, spin again.
Just because he is who he is.
Party.
Party.
All right, go-to cocktail.
Go-to cocktail. Just a beer.
Yeah.
Just a good beer.
Nice.
A beer.
All right.
Okay, one more. Time for one more. Just a beer.
Just a beer.
All right, love. Ooh, if you had to. Okay. Favorite quirk of Camila's.
What?
Favorite quirk of Camila's. Like, does she have a quirky thing that you love?
I just love everything about herself.
Good
Very
answer.
sweet.
Should we do one more?
Okay, good.
Let's do one more.
All right.
Feels like we should end on a stronger note. Oh, what do you know?
All right. Okay, let's see. If you had to describe love in one word, what would it be?
Butterflies.
Oh man, I'm
That,
getting.
yeah, that was lovely. Charles, thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
So good to talk
Guys,
to you.
make sure to watch The Sun Is Also a Star when it hits theaters May 17th.